Hey guys, it's Mike with Redneck Politics. Man, I've heard it till I'm about blue in the face. Epstein committed suicide. He committed suicide. I'm here to clear this up right now, and I've said it on some of my other videos, explained it, but I definitely want to explain it now. Here you have a man in 2007. He gets busted for basically being a pedophile. He goes to jail. Now, this man is worth billions. This man has so many different connections, it's not even funny. He goes to jail, he gets out on bond, and then they gave him a sweetheart deal. So now let's move past that a little further. In 2018, 17, 18, he gets busted again for the very same thing. They put him in jail. And then 2 or 3 days later, this man is dead. They say he committed suicide. Nobody had nothing to do with it. No conspiracy theories here, buddy. Nothing to see here. Though the FBI has lied to us about it over and over and over. There's missing tape. There's, the typical scandal bullshit that you get from the government when they're trying to blow smoke up your ass. But this dude had no reason to think that he was not getting out. Again, this man is worth billions and billions of dollars. He knows too many people all over the world. He's been in the same exact position a little over 10 years later. He beat it then. Why would you not think he'd beat it now? And another thing, Trump was in the White House. Why wouldn't he be doing it everything everybody else does? They just wait because they know they're going to get a pardon from the stupid son of a bitch. At some point in time, they're going to get a pardon. So trying to convince me that he all of a sudden grew a conscience and said, oh shit, I'm going to be locked up for the rest of my life. Let me hang myself. And then he killed himself. You really believe that shit? Let me tie a little something else into it. Maybe it'll help you. Back in the early days, when Epstein and Trump started hanging out together, they also had this other guy. I think for a long time I was calling him Boudreaux, but his name's Brunel. They all ran in the same circles. They all liked the young women. They all liked girls. They were all rich. And they had these pageants. I mean, Trump was head of the Miss Teen pageant, Miss America pageant. I think he even wanted to try to do the Miss Universe pageant. You had Epstein that was involved with Victoria's Secrets, which is nothing but young girls. And then you had this other guy, Brunel, who also helped with young girls modeling and pageants, things like that. But they were all connected into this scheme with all these underage girls. They're getting them in the United States. Brunel's getting them from other countries. So to make a long story short, in 2007 is when Trump and Epstein had their falling out. I believe personally, because Epstein was all over the airway telling anybody and everybody who would listen, and most of these are big, powerful people, majored, they're billionaires. They've got mega bucks. You know, uh, Epstein had the ties. You know, but now with this investigation, you got Bondi after you've done had everybody in Congress. They released the files. Now all of a sudden they're going to open up an investigation on the Democrats to keep the investigation going, and so they can keep the records hid. That's what most all that's about. But I think everybody will agree. If you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, whatever you are, if you're in those files and you hung around Jeffrey Epstein, and you still associated yourself with him, you know, you're just as dirty. But to get back, in 2007, Epstein was putting all this stuff out about Trump. And man, listen, Trump cannot have him doing that. And so I don't know this to be facts. If you ask me, I wouldn't put it past Trump dropping the dime on Jeffrey Epstein to the Popo. Well, Brunel, when he got arrested, he died in custody too. So that's two people that were associated in this little group. Epstein and Brunel. They go to jail. All of a sudden, they commit suicide. What is it that they're so scared of that Trump is so frightened of coming out? That there's a possibility that these people's lives were snuffed out for no other reason than they were scared somebody was going to do some talking. I don't know, man, but I'll tell you this. Trump is all in these files. Trump hung out with Epstein. And you know the old saying, if you hang out at the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all hit the like, subscribe, and the alert button for me. Peace.